Good Monday evening. Happy Valentine's Day and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news, let's take a look outside our weather window, and it was a nice Valentine's Day today with a mix of clouds and sun out there. Very light wind, so it made for a nice day with high temperatures generally in the upper 30s to lower 40s around our area, which is pretty much normal for this time of year. And look at this beautiful shot looking down from our cross camera up on Wenatchee Heights. And let's take you through the rest of the week now, Tuesday through Friday. Maybe a few light mountain snow showers. Other than that, partly cloudy, even mostly sunny for us here in north central Washington, with temperatures generally between the upper 30s and lower 50s, with lows between the 20s and mid 30s. And much more weather for you coming up a little later on in the newscast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Area law enforcement reported finding stolen tools worth several $1,000s, as well as stolen mail and packages in a raid on a Wenatchee home Friday night. Items stolen from a Run Wenatchee storage building were recovered Friday night at a homeless encampment near the George Sellar Bridge in South Wenatchee. And the Special Emergency Operations Center that was activated last month to deal with the Omicron surge has now closed. But first, our top story tonight, Chumstick Highway was closed Sunday and today after a huge rock fell into the roadway and another teetered on a hillside above. The highway connecting Leavenworth and Plain was closed at the intersection of Camp 12 Road and Beaver Hill Road Sunday morning, with motorists advised to use Tumwater Canyon as an alternative route. Schlein County Public Works estimates the rock is 12 feet tall and 25 feet across. In addition to that huge boulder, the contractor will need to remove a second rock hanging on the side of the roadway. And also information in late this afternoon to our newsroom, the highway, Chumstick Highway, will now be closed through Wednesday. Area law enforcement reported finding stolen tools worth several $1,000s, as well as stolen mail and packages in a raid on a Wenatchee home Friday night. The East Wenatchee Police Department, working with the Columbia River Drug Task Force, entered the home in the 900 block of Cashmere Street with a warrant after an investigation described as intricate. Wenatchee police said the tools recovered were taken from several stores in the area and the mail from numerous residences. Among the items pictured in photos released by the Wenatchee Police Department was an apparent drug pipe made out of a baby bottle. Police have not yet released the name of the suspect or suspects and said the investigation is ongoing. Well, items stolen from a Run Wenatchee storage building were recovered Friday night at a homeless encampment near the George Sellar Bridge in South Wenatchee. Acting on a tip, the Wenatchee Police Department said officers found stolen totes and other items under stolen Run Wenatchee pop-up tents. Police said the man they arrested at the scene was wearing a brand new Run Wenatchee t-shirt. 35-year-old Juan Manuel Izarraras was booked into the Schlein County Jail to await charges for second-degree possession of stolen property and first-degree trafficking in stolen property. Nonprofit Run Wenatchee reported the thefts of t-shirts, tents, coolers, and other merchandise this week from their storage building on North Chelan Avenue. Well, good news on the COVID-19 front. The Special Emergency Operations Center that was activated last month to deal with the Omicron surge is now closed. The center, housed at Wenatchee Valley College, was set up to coordinate crucial services for Chelan and Douglas counties in case the spread of the disease overwhelmed local systems. But Center Director Stephen Rinaldi says the need never arose, so the center stood down as of last Friday. On the same day, the Chelan-Douglas Health District closed its COVID-19 triage center at Saddle Rock Church, saying it too was no longer needed to handle an overflow of patients being admitted for COVID at Central Washington Hospital. Well, when we come back, the Grant County PUD is one of 3 partners in a plan to develop an advanced nuclear reactor near Richland. Wenatchee Valley College will use federal COVID-19 relief funds to cancel more than $350,000 in student debt. And Quincy police officers stopped by a home yesterday to join in on a Super Bowl football game with some local boys. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Schlein County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
Welcome back. In another news, the Grant County PUD is one of 3 partners in a plan to develop an advanced nuclear reactor near Richland with clean and safe power coming online in roughly 2027. Last week, the Grant PUD's General Manager, Rich Wallen, gave an update on the estimated $2.4 billion project in a virtual conference with executives and commissioners of the Chelan and Douglas County Public Utility Districts.
We're considering 2 different technologies at this point as part of the exploration. One is this new scale design, which for those of you that are familiar with nuclear power, this is really a scaled down version of a light water reactor. A lot of differences, though, on the safety case. This design here was approved back by the NRC in August of 2020, but very typical to what you may see in a traditional nuclear plant today, but scaled down. And the other design that we're working with is a company out of Bethesda, Maryland called X Energy, and it's the XE100. This is actually part of the Advanced Reactor Design Program, or ARDP, and some of the associated, or demonstration program, and some of the associated monies allocated therewith. This is a really unique design and functionality. Both provide, modular capabilities, starting at the, let's just call it 75 megawatt range. And they're traditionally, or they will be built and constructed in modules of 4 packs. So you're really looking around 320 megawatts electric on the back end for a 4-pack. For us, this is all, the journey's really been about delivering reliable physical power to meet Grant County PUD's customers' future needs in the most cost-effective manner that's carbon-free and safe for the environment. These things have an extremely high capacity factor, both technologies, inter-hour flexibility. We've found out through our due diligence process that really the ramp rates on some of these, if you compare them to traditional nuclear power, are pretty incredible, getting into 2 or 3 megawatts per minute versus a megawatt an hour in a traditional commercial nuclear power plant. So a lot of benefits. If we've done some analysis on the levelized cost of energy and comparing this to combined cycle natural gas and the associated carbon penalties, that may be 3 times the cost of this as we look at it. Solar or wind, maybe 4 or 5 times the cost of this at the end of the day, given the capacity factors that we feel like we could demonstrate with these.
Wenatchee Valley College will use federal COVID-19 relief funds to cancel more than $350,000 in student debt. The college said today that it will cancel debt for 556 students who attended classes spring quarter of 2020 through summer quarter of 2021. All of the students had unpaid tuition or fees and will receive an average $625 each. The money is part of the Higher Education Emergency Relief Fund passed by Congress. In addition, the college announced that in-person student services will resume today after operating remotely for a month after the Omicron variant of COVID-19 began sweeping through the community. Well, as we take you to break, Eliza Martinez said when Quincy police officers stopped by her home Saturday morning, the boys at first wondered if they'd done something wrong. But it turned out the officers were interested in playing some Super Bowl weekend football. Martinez sent out her thanks to the officers for an exciting and memorable experience. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Different birds enjoy different types of foods, so it's important to offer all the right things for the birds you want to attract. Sound complicated? It doesn't have to be. Our Flying Start Combo is an all-in-one feeder that attracts all the birds in your backyard, with seed, suet, nuts, and fruit. Stop by our store to find out how you can get started feeding the birds. Wild Birds Unlimited. We bring people and nature together.
Introducing Alpine Air Man. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. All this week, NCWLIFE is featuring Eric Granstrom's interviews with the 10 finalists for Apple Blossom Festival Royalty. We'll be airing portions of those interviews on the Evening News each day this week, with the full interview shown on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. In the spotlight today are finalists Elise Long of Wenatchee High School and Rita Escalera of Eastmont High.
Why did you decide to do this? Why run for Apple Blossom?
Well, moving here and seeing this different change in community and seeing how people come together, and it's something that people really cherish and how really memorable and important it is to our valley. And I always looked up to the royalty and new girls in royalty, and just to be able to inspire young children all over and just be open and honest in the leadership roles. And and they have fun. And it just seems like an amazing experience that I wanted to be a part of.
You say your grandmother inspired you.
Yes.
How so?
Well, she was one of 8 children growing up on a farm, and her father passed away when she was 12. So she stepped up to be almost a second mother. And once she was 19, she had my aunt and then my father, and she was a superstar mom while my grandfather was in the military. And then when she was remarried, her second husband had a stroke, and he was put in a wheelchair, and she spent the last 20 years taking care of him. And she's always been the glue, no matter what was going on.
Why did you decide to run for Apple Blossom?
Before this whole process, I was in a pretty dark place during the summer, and I saw this as an opportunity to just get out of that dark place. And I went to the meeting with my mom, just thinking of it as just a fun experience. And now I have realized that it's much more than that. And I'm so glad I took the risk and did it.
And top 10, what did that mean to you? I mean, were you in shock when you heard your name called?
Yes, I was in shock. I realized that it was really happening. I didn't really think of it that far, but I'm so glad that I got the opportunity to do it. And I've met so many of the girls, and they're all so sweet, and I've met so many people through this process.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Super Bowl weekend. Weather was nice over the weekend, and it was nice today, too. Look at that, right where we should be as far as high temperatures go today. Unofficially 41 degrees, 62 our record high, and that was set back in 2015. Overnight, we dropped down to 28, about where we should be. 27 is normal, and 10 is our record low temperature set back in 1995. Sunrise now at 7:07. 7, and the sun sets at 5:23. Taking a look at your Tuesday temperatures, things will begin to warm up once again. We'll see weather more like we had at the end of last week and into Saturday, with highs 43 for Moses Lake into Ephrata, Quincy, and Wenatchee, 43 degrees, 41 down in Ellensburg, 41 for Leavenworth, and up in the Omak, Okanagan, and Tenasket area, your high temperature tomorrow right around 40 degrees. Taking a look at what we can expect cloud-wise, and as far as rain and wind, not much of anything. Partly cloudy tonight. High pressure remains parked off the coast of the western coast of the U.S. A little bit of a west breeze tonight with lows in the upper 20s. Tomorrow, a little bit warmer, as we mentioned. Mostly sunny skies throughout the day, too. There will be some clouds in western Washington tomorrow, but really not bad, with highs in the low to mid 40s for our Tuesday highs. And Wednesday, we're going to do better than that. All kinds of sunshine as high pressure remains parked in the eastern Pacific. We'll see high temperatures for your Wednesday in the mid 40s. And for Thursday, it looks like this may be our warmest day. Partly cloudy, unseasonably warm on Thursday with highs in the mid 40s. But notice an area of low pressure that's sliding down through Saskatchewan will collapse our ridge just a little bit, but not really until later part of the weekend. Friday, mostly sunny, mid 40s for highs once again. So a beautiful way to end our work week. For Saturday, you can see that our high pressure ridge gets kind of stretched out, and that will allow some clouds and some moisture to move down Saturday. Most of that will stay in western Washington, but overnight we could see some shower activity develop into our Sunday morning. And then for Sunday, get ready for maybe a morning sprinkle or two with partly cloudy skies in the afternoon. A little bit cooler for Sunday with high temperatures then mainly in the low 40s. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. 29 overnight tonight, 43 tomorrow, 44 on Wednesday. Beautiful on Thursday and Friday at 46. And then remember, some overnight rain showers Saturday and 45. Morning rain on Sunday with a high temperature then near 41 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Monday to you. Yakima's Cooper Kupp is the Super Bowl MVP today as he helped his Los Angeles Rams come from behind to beat the Cincinnati Bengals 23-20 last night. Kupp hauled in 8 passes for 92 yards and 2 touchdowns, including the game-winning score with 1:25 left. Rams defense led by veteran tackle Aaron Donald tied an NFL record with 7 sacks. Donald helped put the exclamation point on the win by slinging Joe Burrow to the turf on the Bengals' last chance at midfield. Trivia, Kupp becomes the second Super Bowl MVP who was born in the state of Washington. The other, John Elway. Seattle Kraken are back on home ice tonight after picking up a road win on Friday. Seattle skated to a 4-3 win in Anaheim behind 2 goals from Ryan Donato and a goal each from Vince Dunn and Jordan Eberle. The game was tied at 3-3 in the third when Eberle won it for the Kraken.
Again, since this went across ice, Giordano, he's on it. He'll flip it in. Here's Sheahan. Sheahan has Eberle there. Here in this third period, and with that, the horn will sound. The Seattle Kraken, they take this one by a score of 4-3. Jordan Eberle with the go-ahead goal, which stands as the game winner.
Seattle hosts Toronto tonight at 7 o'clock on Root Sports Northwest. The Wenatchee Wild went 1-1 over the weekend in Prince George. On Friday, Landon Parker got Wenatchee off to a good start with a goal late in the first period. The Wild's lead evaporated shortly into the second, and Prince George put it away with 2 goals in the third. On Saturday, another good start for the Wild. Cade Stibbe scored a power play goal late in the first. That goal would stand until 23 seconds into the third when Prince George tied it. That would eventually force overtime and a shootout, with Tyler Shea being a wall in net and Ian Somoza coming through for Wenatchee.
Up the right wing, and on Shea. LaBelle with it. LaBelle, great move. Great save by Tyler Shea. Stibbe out the left side, and on Fairley. Cade Stibbe to the goal. What a save by Jordan Fairley. Leyland on the left side, in on Shea. Leyland, what a save by Tyler Shea. He'll go on the left side, in on Fairley. Littler in on Fairley. Littler puts it over top of the goal. Rowan Miller up the left side, in on Shea. Rowan Miller holds. Great move. Great save by Tyler Shea. Somoza in on Fairley. Ian Somoza with it. Ian Somoza scores. And the Wenatchee Wild win it in a shootout 2-1.
Wenatchee heads for Vernon tomorrow to wrap up the 5-game road trip, then returns home to visit the Vipers Thursday and Friday at the Town Toyota Center. Well, a lot to unwrap from the prep basketball weekend, so we'll start it off on Friday. Boy, what a game. Eastmont hosted Wenatchee with the Panthers looking for their first Big Nine win of the season. They would get it in double overtime, downing Eastmont 58-53. Grant and I had the call of the dramatic finish here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Got to get it in within 5 seconds. She does. Here's a long 2.
That's not the shot they needed.
Schoengarth comes up with an offensive rebound, though, with 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Here's Blauman for 3. Ribs won't fall. Rebound tipped out of bounds. It goes out off of Eastmont.
Oh, wow.
I thought it
looked like it went off Bowen.
Oh, my. And the body's in motion. Waligorski has it. Gets it into Ogle. She'll shoot the shot. Make it!
Holy cow.
We're going to overtime.
Wow.
We're going to overtime. Eastmont doesn't have a timeout. Oh, they called a foul? Are you kidding? They called a foul on Wenatchee. And now, all the pressure in the world will fall upon the shoulders of a freshman. Elizabeth Hines will head to the free throw line to win it.
Boy,
for
does she
Eastmont.
look nervous, too.
So here we go. No good. Rebound, Wenatchee. Blauman, 3/4 of the court. Oh, my. Blauman picked up out there by Weems. Lob into Ogle. Shot. Good. Second free throw for Blauman. No good. Rebound picked up by Eastmont. Outlet pass to Hines. She's got a chance. 24 seconds left. She almost falls down. Picks the ball back up. Loses the handle again. In the corner. Double team comes. We're going to call a foul call. Freshman Elizabeth Hines at the line. Good. Butterflies got to feel like pterodactyls in the stomach of this freshman right now. The crowd a deafening roar as she dips at the waist. Good! Wenatchee and Eastmont tied into Ogle. Ogle with the shot, missed it. Rebound loose on the floor. Blauman has it. They're going to call traveling. 4.6 seconds left. Inbounds to Hines. Hines up the floor with 1 second. She will not get the shot off. We'll head to double overtime. In front of a packed house, your rivalry. Second free throw, no good. Ogle rebound, put back,
huge.
Off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound, Hines for the two-pointer, good. Schoengarth with the drive and the shot.
Nice
and the bucket.
shot to the basket.
Schoengarth picked up by Bergen. Bounce pass into Ogle, turnaround shot, missed it, got her own rebound, put back, good.
That's it.
Bowles across the line, and Wenatchee will win their first Big Nine game of the season in double overtime.
Yeah, it was quite a finish. Not a great game, but it was quite a finish. Wenatchee's win had a ripple effect on the playoffs. We'll talk about that in a moment. Also on Friday, Moses Lake beat Davis 71-64. Then on Saturday, Eastmont fell at Sunnyside. Wenatchee came up short to the Moses Lake Chiefs. Now, back to Friday's win for Wenatchee, forcing a makeup game today against West Valley. That got underway earlier at 4:30. We'll have the results for you if Wenatchee wins. They'll play the Rams again tomorrow at a neutral location for the sixth and final playoff spot for the play-in game on Wednesday. Turning to the boys, Eastmont won its last 2 games by downing Wenatchee Friday, then Sunnyside on Saturday. The Eastmont will host the Grizzlies Wednesday in the district play-in game, and we'll have it here on the NCW Live channel on Wednesday at 6 live on Facebook. We'll delay it on TV until 7 o'clock. Moses Lake lost its last 2 games, falling to Davis on Friday, then to Wenatchee Saturday, 46-42. The final. Panthers will be on the road for the play-in game on Wednesday. All right, Quincy, the District 6 1A champs after narrowly beating Schlein Friday, 57-56. Schlein will face Kashmir for a seeding game tonight at 8 o'clock at Wenatchee High School. On the girls' side, Kashmir district champs after downing Omak 44-40. Pioneers will play a seeding game against Schlein tonight at 6, also at Wenatchee High School. Turning to the smaller B schools, District 6 1B tournament, Waterville-Mansfield advanced to the title game with a win over Pateras. They'll face Moses Lake Christian after the Lions beat Entiat 60-14. Next stop for the girls will be Wenatchee High School on Thursday when Entiat faces Pateras and Waterville-Mansfield takes on Moses Lake Christian at 6 o'clock. Turning to the boys' side of the 1B tournament, Soap Lake topped Riverside Christian while Moses Lake Christian dispatched Entiat 67-43. Wenatchee High will be the next stop for the 1Bs on Thursday as Riverside Christian and Entiat meet at 7:30. Soap Lake and Moses Lake Christian play for the district title at 8 o'clock. The District 6 2B tournament saw Lake Roosevelt top Tenasket in the semifinals Friday. Okanagan beat Brewster 65-30. Brewster plays at Tenasket tomorrow in a loser-out game at 6:30. Okanagan hosts Lake Roosevelt Friday at 6:30 for the championship. Brewster and Okanagan advanced to the District 6 2B title after win Saturday. The Bears beat Lake Roosevelt while the Bulldogs topped Manson 67-61. The next games will be played Thursday at 6:30 with Manson hosting Lake Roosevelt in a loser-out game while the Brewster Bears travel on to Okanagan for the district title. Turning to the Les Schwab Women's College Basketball scoreboard starting on Friday. Keep your breath, Eric. Okay, here we go. Crystal Ledger-Walker hit a layup to tie it and a free throw to win it with 1 second remaining to lift Washington State over UCLA Friday 66-65. USC beat Washington. Saturday began with Eastern Washington falling to Idaho State. Then Melody Kipton's layup as time expired gave Gonzaga an 83-82 win at San Francisco. On Sunday, Haley Van List scored 16 points to help third-ranked Louisville crush 18th-ranked Notre Dame 73-47. Charlize Ledger-Walker scored 20 points to lead Washington State over UCLA. Washington remained winless in Pac-12 play, falling to USC. On the men's basketball scoreboard, Steele Venters 2 free throws with 8 seconds left iced it for Eastern Washington, downing Idaho State. 4th-ranked Arizona dumped Washington, while Arizona State held on to beat Washington State 58-55. Drew Timme scored 25 to lead 2nd-ranked Gonzaga over 22nd-ranked St. Mary's 74-58. That's sports. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. And too bad you don't have any sports to report. Now let's check in with Dan Koontz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. I hope everybody had a great Valentine's Day. Join me tomorrow for another edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. All this week we are interviewing, well, not me, Eric did the honors of interviewing the top 10 candidates for the big Apple Blossom Royalty Selection Pageant presented by Kashmir Valley Bank, which is going to be Saturday night at the Wenatchee Convention Center. We'll have it for you here, of course, the pageant on Saturday night. Looking forward to that. So all this week, get to know the candidates with Eric Granstrom, who is not a candidate. Thank you very much. We'll have that on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley and everything else you need to start your Tuesday. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan, and nice tan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCW Life channel.
Join us for live coverage of the Royalty Selection Pageant sponsored by Kashmir Valley Bank, Saturday, February 19th. The countdown to coronation gets underway at 6:30. The pageant starts at 7. Coverage is sponsored by Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Coldwell Banker Cascade, Merry Maids, August Edge, Apple Valley Honda, and the Schlein County PUD's Discovery Center. It's the Royalty Selection Pageant, only on the NCWLIFE channel.